Shalom everybody, it's Kalayla Kelly, your Irish Jew. I'm pretty pissed off tonight, I won't lie. I'm feeling like a rant is coming on, and it's primarily because of this story in the news today. Here we have, can you see? Death, death, death to the IDF. Chant echoes through Glastonbury Festival amid Gaza war anger. You know who's really angry about the Gaza war? Israelis. People who are still waiting for all the hostages to be returned. That's who's angry. Gaza started this war, and now they want to act like victims. You can't make this up. And their cohorts, the antisemitic, twattish, stupid, life-hating, middle-class twats in Glastonbury, which, if you don't know, here it is. Can you see the map? Can you see England, London? Here, Glastonbury. Glastonbury is a beautiful, ancient, pagan site in England. It is a famous place where King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table were said to have lived. It's known for its ancient and medieval sites, and there's this incredible hill with the castle perched on top. It's a kind of little ruin, but it's very symbolic and has very spiritual undertones to it. Once said to be King Arthur's burial place, Glastonbury Abbey is a ruined monastery dating to the 7th century, and nearby are Iron Age artifacts. So it is an essential part of British English culture, English history. And to have prejudiced, crazy, pro-Hamasnik, anti-Semitic losers chanting and using Glastonbury for their bullshit beliefs is beyond the pale. It's beyond the pale. So here we have an Irish tricolour balaclava. So classy. I'm embarrassed as an Irish citizen. I am embarrassed. It makes me want to hurl when I see this crap. They're not fighting for a free island. They're not fighting against the oppression of the British Empire, the colonialists. No. They are fighting on behalf of murderous, rampaging, life-hating Islamist fascists who throw gay people off buildings, torture and beat dissidents to death, force women into hijab, and lie on a regular scale to the international community about what's happening. Unbelievable. And then you have the Middle East Eye coming on in, and the flags of Palestine flying and fluttering in the breeze, and the Irish flag, and it's all just so liberation. It's all just so cool, you know. I find this so apprehensive and just, oh my gosh. So anyway, this guy, he actually sounds like Bob Dylan. When people first said his name, Bob Dylan, I was like, Bob Dylan? Bob Dylan's a Jewish guy from America. Like a rolling stone, Bob Dylan. But no, it's Bob Villain, who's this crazy bastard. Here he is. Oh, here he is. Death to the IDF, death to the IDF. So he's chanting, he's doing his thing, and it's so cool, it's so London, it's so hip, innit? And you've got all the little muggles with their like sweaty balaclavas and their sweaty kaffirs and their shitty hair dyes and their hats and their caps, always beige because communists wear beige. And then in the background, you've got like a Palestinian flag, and he's singing in it, Palestine will be, must be, in it gonna be, inshallah. I'm sorry, are you a Muslim? Is that why you're saying inshallah? Or are you appropriating that term because you want to sound cool and hip on the latest merry-go-round of whatever hot topic is in at the moment with you wankers? I'm an Irish woman. I'm embarrassed that there's an Irish balaclava. In fact, any freaking Irish flag anywhere near those things, God, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. And these kids, this is the sick irony, right? The people who are most like these guys in terms of their age and the fact that they're listening to music were the Nova Festival massacre victims in Israel. Young people in Israel, the same age, probably better dress sense. I think Israelis are better looking than these Muppets. Look at them. I mean, come on, it's just like gross. But basically the fact is they're young and they love music, right? And they're at a festival. Except when Israelis do that, they get massacred. And when pompous, white-skinned, and I'm only mentioning the fact that they're white-skinned because it's just pasty and pale and gross, except for Mr. Violent or Violent Dylan, whatever his name is. But they have more in similarity and more in common with the IDF, right? IDF, young Israelis, more in common with the IDF than they do with this Muppet shouting, Inshallah. How dare you? How dare you? He's not a Muslim. If he is, let me know in the comments. But yeah, right, as if. Anyway, so this guy, London-based group Bob Villain, delivered the chant multiple times while on stage, prompting many in the crowd, some waving Palestinian flags, to echo the words. I mean, and then the BBC, who are notoriously anti-Semitic, the British bashing corporation, as some of the media like to joke about it, they just completely showcase this on live streaming. I mean, they live streamed one of the morning prayers or sermons by the IRGC in Iran, so it's not really much of a stretch that they're now showing this bullshit Free Palestine stuff. We are all Palestine action. I just anyway, you get sick of the disconnect. You get sick of how ludicrous this whole situation is. But this is sickening. This is sickening. Make no mistake, this is sickening. And it echoes, in my opinion, Nazi Germany with the whole, kill the Jews, Reich. Except now you've got freaking idiots. And what are you going to do about it, England? Are you going to charge him for a death chant? Basically, that's a call to hatred. That is a call to violence. Death to the IDF. Now they're appropriating terrorist phrases. This is the sort of vile language that people use in the Middle East, in terrorist enclaves. Not all Middle Easterners, of course, but those terrorist sympathizers, the Islamists, use this whole death to America, death to Israel, death to this, death to that. For some peace-loving victims of colour, they really do love to chant death a lot, right? Isn't it interesting? Here's this Muppet. Can you hear him? Can you hear him?
Against the punk duo who preceded them on Glastonbury's Westholt stage.
Why is his arm like that? Is he doing like a little Nazi salute? What is going on with this Muppet?
Free! Bob Villain went on to lead the crowd, or parts of it, in a chant of death to the IDF, Israel's army.
Well, I thought it was appalling, to be honest, and I think the BBC and Glastonbury have got questions to answer about how we saw such a spectacle on our screens.
Yeah, you really do, BBC. I think people should cancel their license and protest over this. I really do. And not because it's the IDF or anyone, but imagine if there was a crowd of Jewish people, Christians, Hindus, atheists, some Baha'is maybe, and they were all chanting, death to the Gazans, death to the Gazans. Ooh, ooh. Imagine if that was happening at a festival. It would never happen because it's sick. And this is sick. This is sick. But because the IDF are predominantly Jewish, not all of them, but predominantly Jewish, because it's the state of Israel, you get a free pass for basically calling for death. That is a call to violence. That is hate speech. When you are literally saying, kill these specific people. I'm very clear about it, the IDF. I swear to God, England, you are a Muppet show. You have been taken over. You are not Great Britain anymore. Get rid of the word great. You're not even united. You're not even Britain, yeah? You're not even the United Kingdom, and you don't have much of a king, with all due respect to Charles. He is not a king. He's nothing. He is not a good king. He is not a strong monarch. He is one of the weak ones that you hear about in history books. He's not one of the strong ones. And basically this is a joke and embarrassment. And England has just sort of rolled over. The lion has rolled over, spread its legs and said, hey, anyone want to come in, have a go? I'm Bonnie Blue. I'm Bonnie Blue. Come and Bonnie Blue us. Come and Bonnie Blue the United Kingdom. And let's all suddenly have these homegrown little fascist terrorist cells that chant death, death, death. That sort of shit you see in places like Iran. Yeah? Complete terrorist nut jobs. Or you see it in North Korea. Unbelievable. Some of the commentators here under this video for Channel 4 News, Channel 4 is shit, they lie regularly. It's appalling how politicians aren't calling out genocide. Yeah, well, they're not calling out genocide, Sonia Hopkins 6809, because there isn't actually a genocide happening. And if there is a genocide happening, why on earth would Israel allow shitloads of food into Gaza? Doesn't make sense. Yeah, I thought the Jews were supposed to be smart and intelligent and taking over the world. I'm ranting here. The audience were not appalled. We all know what is going on. Yes, you're right, LEB 6712. We all know what's going on. You're anti-Semitic, you hate Jews. And you are lying over with your legs spread like Bonnie Blue saying, come on, Islamists, come on in. Bonnie Blue me. Bonnie Blue my heritage. Bonnie Blue Glastonbury Festival. Let's Bonnie Blue the Arthurian legend. The ancient, proud stories of the United Kingdom and their culture and their heritage. There's something seriously wrong, says Yokomoto 12555, when some people are more upset by words than an ongoing genocide. How many people have died in this genocide? And what percentage of civilians have been murdered in this genocide? It would need to be around 90% of the civilian population to count as a genocide, yeah? The most moral arm in the world, said the war criminal. The IDF is a military organisation, not a religious one. Trying to twist this as anti-Semitic does nothing to calm tensions. Yeah, but it is anti-Semitic. Brain spiller 89. You might have spilled your brains too much there, boy. The IDF is a military organisation, and actually some of the people in it are religious, specifically Jewish, and some of them are Muslim, actually. And it is anti-Semitic, because predominantly they're Jewish. Not appalled by the normalisation of genocide, says VuTimer1234. Again, please, where is this genocide happening? The genocide happening against British culture? The genocide happening against my ears when I have to hear this rubbish? They're more concerned about comments than actual war crimes, Shastri123 says. What war crimes? What war crimes? Please, proof, evidence, give me examples of war crimes. Other than the ones that Hamas committed by invading Israel and murdering and kidnapping people. If it's not a hate crime to criticize Hitler for the Holocaust, then why is it a hate crime to criticize the IDF for the ongoing Holocaust in Gaza? Surely denying what is happening in Gaza is a hate crime, says Douglas Fell 4199. I'm going to have a go at him on YouTube comment section later, but please, sweetheart, explain to me where the gas chambers are in Gaza. They would have been all blown up by now, according to you. Where are these gas chambers? Where are the gas chambers with all of the Palestinians being herded into them? Please show me where the gas chambers are. I would love to know. This is the sort of sickness that the West is obsessed with. This is the downfall of the West. It starts with the Jews. Thank you so much. And then it includes the Christians. And as we've seen, there's this incredible attack on Christianity culturally and physically across the globe. And when idiots like Douglas Fell 4199 are living under Sharia law in the next 50 years, don't come crying to Israel. Don't come crying to us when your freedoms have gone and your free speech has gone. I mean, it already has gone in the UK. But don't come crying to us and then try and get your CDs out or your playlists or whatever it is you do for culture and listen to music and try to have some kind of Western lifestyle. It's not going to happen, baby. Don't come crying to us when your culture is completely decimated. No excuse for defending dead babies, but an excuse for killing thousands of babies. What? Oh, that's right. Because according to MVMU5JU on YouTube comment section, Jews love killing babies. That's a blood libel. I mean, this stuff is so old, it's so typical, it's so practiced. There is nothing new under the sun. Was that Ecclesiastes? There's nothing new under the sun. That's a Bible verse. You're welcome. From the Torah. Yeah, there's just so many assholes, and I can't wait to get stuck into them, and I think everyone should get stuck into them. But Glastonbury's just gone down the shithole, basically, and is just another anti-Israel clap fest full of mutton and beef and hammy underarm hair and sweat and no makeup and bad smells and bullshit music, all under the guise of Free Palestine. Good luck. Better luck next time. Bye.